Sheila North Wilson is on this story and joins us now live. CBC's Sheila North Wilson joins us now live. Sheila North Wilson is in the area tonight. Sheila North Wilson joins us live.
Yes, the name game has begun. Fans here and on Twitter and Facebook are weighing in on what our new...
Well, last night the Manitoba flood fight reached a critical stage as winds and waves hammered properties on Lake Manitoba. 700 homes were given a mandatory evacuation order. About 89 people had to be rushed out of their homes. Our Sheila North Wilson is in the area tonight. She joins us live with the latest.
I'm in St. Laurent, and this is where evacuees have been coming to see if their cottages or homes are still intact or not. After the province issued that evacuation order around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, people like Daniel Fortier had until 6 o'clock to scramble and get out. This is his home video of him and his friends trying to save what they could. He could not believe how fast and how high the water was getting in his house. Today, Fortier has many questions.
We don't know what to go back to and when and how long this water is going to stay.
We had a chance to see some of the devastation here, and I have to say it's some of the worst I've seen this Manitoba flood season so far. And this is just after this first windstorm of the season. Live in St. Laurent, Sheila North Wilson, CBC News.
Now that the team is coming, we do have an important question remaining. What are we going to call it? That has been an emotional debate for the past couple of weeks. With more on the debate, jets, not jets, CBC's Sheila North Wilson joins us live.
Yes, the name game has begun. Fans here and on Twitter and Facebook are weighing in on what our new NHL team should be called.
Good evening, I'm Janet Stewart.
And I'm Mitch Peacock. Welcome. We start with a developing story we first told you about at 5. A day at the beach should be a relaxing affair, but that wasn't the case today at Grand Beach.
Why? Because a black bear showed up and then gunshots rang out as RCMP shot it before anyone could get hurt. CBC's Sheila North Wilson joins us now live.
Yes, I'm at the west beach of Grand Beach, and behind me you can see that the beach is pretty much empty. But 3 hours ago it was packed with sunbathers, and that's when all the excitement broke out. Someone said they spotted a bear, and the little girl that actually spotted it is the first one that ran for help.
I said, "Come quick, there's a bear over there." And then they're like, "Okay, where?" I pointed over there, and they just came rushing.
Did you see the bear yourself?
Yes.
What did it look like?
Big and black.
You just don't expect it, you know? You hear about it, but it's not something that you expect to happen to you, I guess.
And then when they shot it, what did you think?
Poor bear. I didn't want it to die, but...
A lot of people didn't want it to see it die. The witnesses that I talked to here say that they were hoping that the bear was tranquilized. Another witness said there was a mama bear and a baby cub there, and they were hoping, some people, that they were actually just tranquilized. But RCMP tell us they had to be, at least one bear had to be put down because it was getting too close to the people here, and that safety was first. Quite an exciting day for Grandma and granddaughter there. This was Grandma's first time here in 20 years, and the granddaughter's first time here, so quite an exciting day. If you have any pictures of the bear or the incident, you can email them to me and we'll pass them on to the rest of our viewers. And you can see more of this story tonight on CBC News Late Night. Live at Grand Beach, Sheila North Wilson, CBC News, Winnipeg.
People living in one West End neighborhood woke up to shots ringing out this morning. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the neighbors there are worried. Our Sheila North Wilson joins us now live with the story. Sheila?
Yes, I'm on Ingersoll near Notre Dame in the back lane, and this is the house on Ingersoll that was shot up just before 5 this morning. And as we speak, at least one of the neighbors is moving out right now. They don't want to stay here another night. And who could blame them? The gunshots that were heard were so fast, some were wondering if there was an automatic weapon being used. And look down here, these blue circles, 32 of them, are where some of the bullet casings landed. But of course, many of the bullets hit the house on Ingersoll first, and at least one bullet went right through a fence across the street. Police can't say if the shooting had anything to do with the ongoing biker gang turf war or the shooting that happened on Sunday in Transcona. 3 men there were shot and taken to hospital. No one has been arrested in that case yet. But back on Ingersoll, neighbors say the house is well known to drug users, but police can't confirm that either. Still, neighbors are shocked that the shooting happens at all.
We woke up and he asked me like, did you hear that? Like, oh yeah, it's just like coming through right on top of your head, eh? Because we were lying down. Yeah, we were sleeping.
Police can't say what type of gun was used in this shooting or how many suspects they're looking for. We also found out this is owned by a realtor company and it looks like a rental property. Live on Ingersoll, Sheila North Wilson, CBC News, Winnipeg.
From there, down there, I jump from here.
It's not something you see or hear every day, someone falling from the bridge into fast-moving water. Farron Hall saw it happen yesterday afternoon and jumped into action.
I just dove into the river and I had to swim all the way over there. Well, I had to swim at an angle because the current was carrying him downstream.
Farron and his friend Wayne Spence heard the screams. They're homeless and they live near the riverbank. Farron didn't think twice about helping the person who fell in. Wayne watched helplessly.
I thought he died too.
What really got me scared, not so much the water, but when he started fighting me, because he was half drowning me, because he was dunking my head, trying to stay above water.
The person was a young teenage boy. Farron says he did what he could to calm him down.
He kept kicking his feet. He said, I'm cold, and I dragged him right here.
What were you thinking when you got to this point?
Oh, geez. Like a cold beer on a hot summer day.
Marion Willis was there too. She was on the bridge though.
Took a flying leap over.
She saw the boy with a group of other boys running across the bridge, trying to outrun traffic and running over the rails. But she says he jumped over one too many rails.
He went down with such a force that we all just kind of looked at each other and thought, this is not a rescue, this is going to be a recovery, because he went down just like either flat on his front or flat on his back. I actually heard him hit something before he hit the water.
She calls the men who saved the teen heroes.
This is the guy that most people would fear. This was the only guy, that, the tremendous act of courage here was this guy who actually went in the water to pull out this young person.
At 22, 5 months pregnant and addicted to sniffing glue, Ms. G found herself in a media frenzy over her unborn fetus. Child and Family Services, trying to protect the baby, it said, literally picked her up off the streets and forced her into court. The judge sided with CFS, but a year later, the Supreme Court of Canada struck down the ruling.
To think back now, it was like, to picture the whole thing, it was like a big commotion.
Ms. G says she almost lost the baby, not to sniffing, to abortion. She says a nurse told her it was an option. She felt CFS workers were hinting at it too.
Like, you're harming your baby, your baby's not gonna make it. And they said he was gonna be a vegetable. He's gonna sit on a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
They were wrong. Adam was born with no obvious signs of damage. Today is his 14th birthday.
They were definitely wrong. I'm a smart kid, the opposite of what they were thinking.
In fact, Adam is a multi-award winner. In 2009, the province's education minister honored him with an Academic Achievement Award. In 2007, former MP Judy Wassala-Chaliz presented him with a Human Rights Award. But he's not only smart, he's a public speaker on fetal alcohol spectrum disorder.
Yeah, I have it.
What effects do you have from it?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I consider myself a normal kid.
A normal kid looking for a bright future.
I wanted to be a policeman, firefighter, archaeologist. Right now I like theories. Like, kind of want to be a physicist.
To Ms. G, Adam is a miracle.
It's just, I'm proud of him, it's just good to be here, see him, watch him grow. And
since Adam was born, Ms. G has had 5 other kids ranging in ages 2 to 12. 3 of the younger boys have FASD, but like Adam, have no obvious signs of it.
Ms. G says she's been clean and sober for the past few years and can't understand why CFS is still in her life. Altogether, she had 9 children. 5 of them still live with her and 4 of them were adopted out. She's been able to reconnect with 3 of those adopted children and hopes to reconnect with a son who's been adopted out in the United States. For now, she says she just wants to make Christmas nice for her family. Sheila North Wilson, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Darren Joey Swampy's cousins and friends are still trying to believe DJ, as they know him, is gone.
I was the first one to know that DJ got killed. It was Friday about 3 a.m.
Peggy Swampy says her family has lost a fun and caring person. Swampy was killed along with Brady Spence on Elgin in the Centennial neighborhood. A 27-year-old is accused of killing them. But DJ led a hard life on the streets. We introduced you to him in 2006. We chose to conceal his identity then because he was a youth living on his own.
There's things going on in my life, so right now I can't really go home.
His mother had just died months before this taping, and he didn't feel he had a permanent place to live, even though he was sent by Child and Family Services to live with his biological father.
Yeah, so this wouldn't be happening if my mom was still alive.
He was uncomfortable living with his father because he didn't grow up with him in his life. He was couch surfing instead, staying with friends who would let him. Often he'd go without eating a proper meal all day.
Yeah. So I didn't have any yet, so.
It's a reality he learned to live with and managed to survive another 4 years. Today, he's dead. Kevin Swampy is the other person in the video from 2006. The two were cousins.
His mom was the closest to him. And I think after he lost her, he lost it all and just couldn't concentrate anymore.
In 2009, Swampy found a ray of hope. His ex-girlfriend gave birth to his baby girl, Halo. Within 2 months, hope faded. His little girl died of sudden infant death syndrome 10 months ago.
He seemed pretty shattered about it. You know, he didn't really say much, but I could just feel it and tell inside that he was hurt. And
youth workers told us Swampy was just an example of the reality many youth face today, recruited by gangs who give them a sense of purpose and lost between the justice and child welfare systems. Swampy had a bleak future that's now ended in grief for friends and family who tried to help him. Sheila North Wilson, CBC News, Winnipeg. An hour into her sold-out show, Lady Gaga calmed her screaming fans momentarily as she welcomed Maria Aragon to the stage. After brief hellos, the little starlet and her pop idol sat down at a piano to sing the song that brought them together in the first place on YouTube just over 2 weeks ago. The crowd loved Aragon, and at her first opportunity, the girl shared plenty of love back.
I am actually from Winnipeg, and I came over here to sing to you guys.
Once again, as she did in her original YouTube video, Maria brought Lady Gaga to tears, inspiring her to give the Winnipeg starlet her own showbiz name.
Little Monsters, Lady Maria from Winnipeg.
And as if that wasn't enough, Maria was back on stage for the second encore and danced spontaneously.
She got me like all pumped up and she made me feel so comfortable.
Her whole family was there to cheer her on.
We're very proud. We're proud of her. Yes. Yeah.
Outside the show, some parents said they loved Maria's performance, but said Lady Gaga's was not always appropriate for children. But Aragon's parents didn't seem to mind the occasional adult-rated content.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really, yeah.
It's amazing.
What's more amazing is how poised the girl was after such an intense and quick rise to fame.
It changed my life because before I did homework at home and now I have to do it on the airplane.
Music executives are now pursuing her, but she says she's not sure if she's ready. She says she and her family will take their time to consider the offers. She's home now and says she just wants to go back to being a normal kid. Sheila North Wilson, CBC News, Toronto.